Dear friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. And on this Shabbat, we'll be reading the Torah portion of Mishpatim, the first one that immediately follows the Ten Commandments, Yisro. And it has in it many mitzvahs and laws. Many are connected to interpersonal relationships with torts, damages, many ritualistic ones. Milk and meat is in this week's portion. But one of the laws that we talk about, and actually the Torah portion begins talking about a servant. If you own a Jewish servant, something that's not applicable today, only in specific times when the Jubilee year was celebrated while we had the temple, and not even during both temples, in the first temple and before. And even though it sounds terrible, why does Judaism allow servants or slavery? Believe you me, if you looked at the laws of how you treated a servant, most employees are not treated as well. But yet, the Torah is not happy when someone becomes a servant, which can happen either if they steal and they cannot pay up for what the theft that they had done, or if they're so down and out, they don't even have a shirt on their back, they can sell themselves for some money for when they get free. And then the Torah says, even though you could only have someone as a servant for 7 years, they could stay on longer at their choosing. Again, the Torah is not happy, but gives the choice, which is often the case. And when you do that, you have to make a mark in the body of the servant, that they should always remember that though it's allowed, the Torah is not happy about it. And the mark is that in their right ear, you have to drill a hole. And there's a whole process of how the hole is drilled against the doorpost. And the question is why? What's the purpose of drilling a hole? And why in the ear? Why not do something in another part of the body? And our rabbis tell us, Rashi, the foremost commentator, cites it, that the ear that heard at Mount Sinai, either do not steal, or you are my servants and not servants of other servants of mine, and yet still in all went and stole. Still in all, now is keeping yourself employed as a servant. You should know better. And I want you to always remember that you're not living at the highest level you can live. And hopefully this reminder will help take you out of living at the least common denominator, though acceptable by Torah, to the highest level that you can live in your life. And if you pay attention to this law, I think the Torah is telling us something very powerful. You know, one of the programs that we run, Solomon Leadership Program, a great program, originated in Palm Beach, Florida, and we're running it for several years, which gives graduating high school students the opportunity to learn the skills of leadership through mentorship as well. And one of the things that we find that is emphasized, where the young graduating students start picking up something they never paid attention to, is the power of communication. And the greatest way to be a good communicator is to first learn how to listen. To learn how to listen well when someone tells you something, not to just to hear the words, but to pay attention, to be focused, so you hear the words, you hear the message, you hear the entire program. And the Torah says, for someone to say, I don't know, it's not an excuse. Something that's available to you. And today, Torah is available, not in a library, not even in the synagogue, not even in Hebrew only. It's available in every language, on audio, online, on your phone, in so many ways, on the telephone, even landline. There's so many ways that you can actually learn Torah. The excuse, I don't know, or I didn't hear it, means nothing. And the first thing we have to do is to start listening. When you do participate in something Jewish, listen to what is being taught, the class, the speech that the rabbi is giving, or whatever it is you're engaged in. Go online and listen. While you're driving in the car, put on a podcast. We always lament about how much time we waste in the car driving. What about turning it into a classroom where you learn things? And it's so important to listen. And if we don't listen, we must be reminded that we always start having to listen. And obviously it's to listen to what the Torah is telling us, listen about our heritage, listen about our laws, our mitzvahs, our way of life. Obviously it's also about listening to other people when they talk, to create more meaningful relationships, to have Ahavat Yisrael, to love a fellow person, to avoid arguments and fights, because the more we listen, the more we would avoid many of these things. The power of listening. And that's what I want to leave you with. Use your power of listening, not just to hear, but listen, pay attention, focus. Just like for the students, they learn. It gets you much further and it helps you achieve what you want others to do as well. Because when you listen, you're able to communicate to others better when you speak. So God bless you all. We love you all. Shabbat Shalom. Candlelighting time in Montreal, 5:01 p.m.